There's a point where therapy is just not going to work anymore. You got to do the work.
I don't know what to say. It's feeling like me season right now.
Back on YouTube, huh? What it do, boo? Welcome back to the Deja Denise. I have been off of this platform for 3 months, and well, I'm gonna tell you why. If you're new here and this is the first video that you're seeing of me, I promise you I'm not always sad. But it's time to kind of talk about what I've been going through, share my experiences, and be way more transparent with you all than I've ever been in my life. I think it's time. I'm ready. So instead of recording this video at home, like, you know, in the comfort of like my office and where I usually record, I'm like at a random parking lot just in case like I need to really feel my feels. I am not crying again with y'all. I did that already in another video. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So I abruptly quit YouTube. Like there was a point in Vlogmas where I was like, I don't even like creating this kind of content. This isn't even me. Y'all already know, first things first, I lost my mom, and I have been dealing with this grief for a while, a year now. And it doesn't get easier. And I put on such a great face, woo, you know, and just show up and show out and be present, whether in person, at work, or even on social media. And I'm tired of doing that. Like, I'm tired of showing up when I can't, and I'm ready to speak up more about not being able to show up. I have days where my mental health could be absolutely amazing, y'all. When I say amazing, I mean like is this the same girl? And then there's days where I don't even get out of bed. It's so hard to even take a shower. I don't eat. I have days like that too, and sometimes, more often than not, it's looking like the bad days. But I don't show that to y'all. I'm not vulnerable on social media with y'all because I don't feel, what's the right word? At the time, it just didn't feel comfortable for me. I'm gonna just be honest. Like, I didn't feel comfortable opening up to you all. But I feel like in order for me to grow, in order for my channel to grow, I have to step out of certain shells that I'm in, whether that be socially, mentally, you know, how I show up. I have to make a change if I want to get better, right? So I'm very, very open about my mental health and all that stuff on like Instagram, things like that. I'm very, very open. Like, I was very vulnerable when it comes to like my mental health, but I didn't get deep into like, okay, what does that even look like? Like, what does Deja's mental health not doing well look like? You know what I mean? So like all of my friends know my social anxiety is so high. I have panic attacks when I go out. It takes so much to even go to the grocery store. I dread the grocery store. So that's one thing that I'm battling with. I wouldn't even say dealing, like, it's a battle. Like, my social anxiety is a straight battle. It's an uphill one. It is hard. I have been putting myself in uncomfortable situations, I feel like, since March started, to kind of get out of that, because I'm such a fun person. But if, let's say, we go to a networking event, like, if I know you, I'm sticking with you and I'm not switching up. And I really want to work on that. Like, I don't want to have to feel like I have to like stay in my shell. I've been like that since I was young though. Like, I always wanted to like be up under my mom or like whatever friends I was with. Like, I'm like, girl, we going somewhere together, I'm leaving with you. But like, that's like a really big thing for me. So even on here, yeah, I am like talking to myself on camera, but then I had to upload that. Like, recording is one thing, editing and uploading, especially when it comes to your mental health, because okay, you know, this is a great video, right? You know, this video is so good, you get like 10 views. That is so detrimental to somebody who already has mental health issues. That is like literally like, it's like poisoning yourself. But yeah, so that's a battle for me. My depression is like, depression be like, hey girl, Like, she'll creep up behind my ear like, hey girl, it's been a few days. You ready to feel sad? Like, and I'm just like, yeah, let's feel sad together, you know? I have had depression for so long, and I want to say since high school. I feel like my life until 9th grade was like amazing. And then, I mean, I had my whatever. I wouldn't say amazing, you know, it was regular. Like 9th grade and on was terrible. I almost lost my life in the 10th grade. So like just high school for me, everything, like all that stuff, it just builds up and you're like, damn, like things will never get better. Same thing with anxiety. Like mine is social anxiety. I'm just like a very anxious person, like super anxious. Like I'm always like, oh my gosh, I'm just always in an anxious state, and I know that's so unhealthy. And to be honest, y'all, I thought like depression and anxiety was so normal. And when I say so normal, I mean like that everybody had it. Not just like, oh, I know like some people with it. Like when I was younger, I thought everybody felt like this until I started going to therapy. I started going to therapy when I was working at NASCAR. So I started going to therapy when I was like 25. That's when I started going to therapy. I took advantage of like the EAP program at work, and I went to therapy. And like therapy is like dating in itself. Like therapy is really like dating. Don't settle for a therapist. Like seriously, go and find a therapist that's right for you. But I have this therapist now that I've had since 2020, and I think I'm at a point now, even with her, where I'm like, okay, I'm kind of like not done with therapy, but like I'm not in the season where I need therapy anymore. I never thought that I would even say that. And I'm smiling through this, y'all, but this is really hard to talk about. Like I said, I'm not gonna cry, but I just don't open up like this. But once my mom passed, I started seeing a psychiatrist too, because my thoughts were getting so bad. Like I had like, when I say bad thoughts, y'all, I feel like you can gather what I mean. Like, but even before my mom passed, I had thoughts like that. But yeah, so like even with my psychiatrist, like I feel like we had a meeting. Well, we had like a session this week, and she was just like, yeah, Deja, you're doing great. Like, I don't have to see you again for another 3 months. Y'all know how long it took for a girl like me to get stretched out with a mental health provider? Like, I mean, I was at a point where I was going every week, sometimes multiple times a week, to now I can go 3 months at a time. Like, that is even to even think about, it's unreal. So I have to work 3 million times harder to be like, okay, Deja, if this is going to affect your mental health, leave it the fuck alone. Like, don't do it. So with social media, I was like, you know what? Yeah, no, because I know how hard I work on these platforms. I know how genuine I am. I don't gatekeep. I help people so much because I just know so much, especially about YouTube. I've been on this platform since 2011. I am a student of the universe, but I'm also I go to YouTube University, right? I Google everything. So for me to help means nothing. But when you start to use and abuse me as a really genuine person, it's like, nah, baby, I can't rock with you no more. And I had to give social media a break. I was making so much money as a part-time influencer, part-time content creator, whatever have you. But I was like, I turned down a $500 sponsorship because I was like, one, I don't even want to post this. Like, I'm not in the right mindset to even post this. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm at the point where I'm okay with that. Like, I'm really okay with that. And I never thought that I would ever get there. And like, I'm thankful and grateful to be able to share these experiences like with y'all. And I feel like I'm saying the ad, but it's really therapeutic to even talk through and talk about. Y'all know I used to be called Deja's Diary. This is like a video diary for me. And sometimes like I'm gonna be honest, like, bro, writing in your journal every night and like saying affirmations, and I'm not that kind of girl. Like, bro, I don't want to wake up. Like, that ain't gonna do too much for me. And so, like I said, it's a daily struggle to even get past those kind of thoughts. Therapy was great for me. It really dug through some childhood trauma that I didn't even realize was trauma. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like, me and Ashley were just talking about this, like, I feel like childhood trauma is the root of so many people's feelings, right? You can grow up perfect, you can have all the things in the world, you got some kind of trauma that has come with you, you know, since you were like 9, whatever have you, whatever it may be. But with like dating and stuff, I realized that like I can't make my trauma your trauma too. Like, I'm not about to even give you the experience to have trauma attached to my name if we break up or whatever. And I was ruining so many relationships because of how I acted. I was always in a bad mood. Nothing, and I mean nothing, ever made me happy. I could have somebody like, here's Deja, here's the moon, and I'd be like, cool, why ain't texting back? Like, you know, like dumb stuff. But I had to really, you know, okay, Deja, this is abandonment, this is a whole bunch of stuff that you probably forgot about. You know what I mean? So therapy's been cool. I kind of gotten past that point where I know, you know what I'm saying, I know what's going on. There's a point where therapy is just not going to work anymore. You got to do the work. Like, and once you realize that, when I tell you your healing process becomes so much faster, girl. So a few months ago, well, almost a year now, because I've been on antidepressants now for almost a year. I take 2 different things. So I take Escitalopram, which is like Lexapro, and then I take Bupropion, which is Wellbutrin, so anxiety, depression. And like now I'm like weaning myself off of the Lexapro because my psychiatrist was like, oh, like you're doing well, you know, you don't, to her she was like, you don't really need it anymore. And I feel like I don't want to be on medicines my whole life. Like, I don't want to be I don't want to be on medication my whole life, and I don't want to be in therapy my whole life. Because I thought, like, my thinking used to be like, once you're in therapy, you're in it forever. Not like you use therapy for a season. But what I will say is, baby, these things right here have literally saved my life. Like, I knew. I didn't let any doctor or whatever tell me like, oh, you should get on medication. No, I took it upon myself to be like, no, Deja, you know, look into this heavy. Like, look into this medication, look into the side effects, everything like that. And if you feel like truly it's for you, do that. That's how I felt. Same thing with therapy. You know what I mean? Like, I would have loved for my mom to put me in therapy when I was 10, right? Who wouldn't? My mama, what the fuck? My mama went to therapy as an adult too. You know, I hate like the term like product of your environment, but literally that's what it is. Like, that's what trauma is too. Like, especially childhood trauma, a product of your environment, and it's no fault of anybody, because especially not your own. I'm so happy to finally get back on this platform. I feel like it's a great release for me, an escape for me. It's fun for me, but the moment that it doesn't not become fun is when I stop. And I know that I have a voice on here for a reason. I know that I'm on these platforms for a reason. And I used to try to really fight the whole like mental health thing. But honestly, y'all, I think that's my calling. Like, sharing my story, talking about what I've been through. Like, because on the outside, I make it look really good. And it ain't sweet. Like, and it ain't never been sweet. Until now. Like, I'm literally creating the life that I want. Putting myself in position to be who I want to be and just thrive. So I hope that y'all are excited for this new journey. I did make a community post and I was like, I'm ready to get back on YouTube. I'm done posting what I think that y'all want to see. I'm ready to just be Deja. Like, y'all don't know Deja. Like, y'all know, like, oh my God, hi guys. But y'all don't really know me. I'm ready for y'all to really know me. I feel like that's when everything is going to kind of fall into place for me. If you are new here, I would love for you to join my little tribe. My boos, it's like almost 4,000 of us. I'm so excited. and so thankful for y'all have no idea. You guys have no idea how much comments mean. Like, because for all of the great comments, there are terrible ones too, but like, y'all are so sweet, and it's not even funny how just a simple like, dang, Deja, I really connected to this, like, I feel this, I'm going through this too, could make somebody's day, could change somebody's world, literally. So I'm just so excited for this new chapter and this new journey. Let's be online best friends, girl. But don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, y'all. It helps me so much in the YouTube algorithm. I can't wait for the next video. I'm so excited to be consistent again. Let me know what you guys want to see in the comments. Let's start some dialogue. And I will see you next time. Bye, girl.